Chapter 11. Marin. The kiss at the ceremony was explosive. Our tongues danced and tangled as usual, but it was filled with more intensity. I couldn't wait to see what our wedding night would be like. After the ceremony, the floor was cleared, and then I heard Mariah Carey's song Forever coming from the speakers. By this time, everyone had left. It was only me and Mitch. I thought he was going to swing me around in my chair, and that would have been great. But what he did next was beyond words. He undid my seatbelt, lifted me up out of my chair, put my feet on his, and we danced together. I don't know how he knew this, but I always wanted to dance with somebody like this. Bodies touching, body to body, but I didn't think it was even possible. But apparently, with the right partner, it was. I never felt so close to him as I did at that moment, and I just wish I could give back to him a day like he gave to me. It seemed like every dream and wish I ever had came true on this day. He gave me my childhood, my teen years, and he helped me step into adulthood with him all in one day. I was beyond grateful. "I love you," I whispered to him. "I love you too, baby girl, so much." When the song was finished, he put me back down in my chair. Then we walked a little ways in silence, just enjoying each other and the moment. Then we got to a table spread with all my favorite foods. There was another table beside the first one with one chair and the space for my wheelchair. When Mitch made sure that I was comfortable, he got me a bit of everything from the makeshift buffet. He came back and gave me my plate and went to get his. There was a few minutes of comfortable silence before, "Well, I have one more surprise for you," my new husband said as he put down his fork. "Mitch, I don't need any more surprises. You gave me enough today." "This is the last one, I promise." He took out a box, opened it, and showed me what was inside. The little velvet box sat a charm with a bride and groom. The most amazing thing was the bride and groom looked like us, including me in my wheelchair holding a microphone, and him holding a football. The charm was beautiful. It would make a wonderful addition to my charm bracelet. "Thanks, babe. I love it." As Mitch was leaning in to give me a kiss, we heard a buzzing coming from his pocket. He looked at the screen and frowned. "Babe, I'm sorry. I have to take this. Just 1 second." He took his phone and went over to the corner, had a conversation. About 5 minutes later, his face looked grave. "What's wrong?" I asked. He sighed. Apparently, one of the cabinet ministers who was also on the board was caught with an underage girl. Apparently, she is one of the girls that we rescued. And it looks like another one was caught with illegal drugs. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm sorry, baby. I have to get a handle on this. I have to go. The news media found out. That person was gonna be who I was gonna elect for mayor. But now I can't elect him for mayor. And now I have to find someone else. "You don't have to do it alone. You have a whole town." I wish I had a whole town. I feel like it's just me. Everybody seems to be so incompetent. I don't know what I'm gonna do. This is a disaster. He kissed me quickly. "Sorry, babe. I've really gotta go. I've gotta call an emergency board meeting and cabinet meeting to find out what we're gonna do." Mitch went from looking jubilant and looking forward to our night together as husband and wife to looking stressed out and worn out, wearing the same look that he had the past few days. "Honey, it's no problem. We can have our wedding night anytime. But I wanted to make this special for you," Mitch said. "Don't worry, it was special. And this way, it'll be worth the wait," I whispered. Although we had kissed, Mitch and I, because of all that happened, had been too busy and tired for sex. Either I was sleeping when he got home, or he was sleeping when I got home. Vice versa when we got up in the morning. I went back to the house alone, disappointed about our wedding night. More than disappointed about our wedding night, I was worried about Mitch. He was taking on too much. Was there nobody in this town who cared about it? Was everybody in this town selfish? Couldn't they see they were running him ragged? I got so angry and wished there was something I could do to help. I was thinking about my diary. I was thinking about Fantasia, the first few entries that I made to her. And I got an idea of something I could do for Mitch. And maybe our postponed wedding night would be a blessing. After all,
Mitch, these past 2 weeks have been the weeks from hell. Everything that could go wrong did. The cabinet and board were in a mess. People were doing all kinds of illegal shit when my father was running it. Now that he is in jail, everything is coming to roost. Not only with the teenage girl and the cabinet minister, but it seemed like everybody on the board was dirty, except me. I didn't know what I was going to do. The town was needing leadership, and the only one that was an upstanding citizen seemed to be me. No matter where I looked, everybody was dirty or complacent, not really caring enough to bring suggestions or make the town better. I was so tired and worn out. I was so sorry for Marin. She didn't sign up for this. She wanted a husband, not someone who was gone all the time, dealing with other issues. I was too tired to make love to her. What kind of husband was that? Didn't have time to make love to his wife 2 weeks after your wedding? I need to do better with her. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to do something. As I pulled into our driveway, I saw a strange sight on sitting in the driveway. It was Marin. As soon as I saw her, I received a text from my phone. Oh no, not another crisis that I have to deal with. I looked down, and it was from Marin. I read the text. Hi, Fantasia. It's been a while. I didn't bother with the blog this time. I just thought I would text Mitch. It's been a hellish couple weeks for him, and I wanted to do something special like he did for me that wonderful day 2 weeks ago. I was thinking about the fact that we didn't have a wedding night, and then I thought about the fantasies that I first wrote to you about Mitch and I. Then I thought, how good would it be if I could make them come true? So this is what this is, Fantasia. This is making my fantasies and his come true. I know they were mine, but he said they were hot, and he was hard for days. So it is because of this and our lack of a wedding night that tonight I'm going to make our fantasies come true. Fantasia, when he drives home, I will be sitting on the lawn, and I want him to pretend that he doesn't know me and that we are in 10th grade. I got out of the car and walked up the driveway. Hi, she smiled. My name is Marin Jenis. I'm Mitch Knowles. Oh, you look like you have a busted tire there. Yeah, I do. I'm pretty good at fixing tires, I said. Want me to help you out in the garage? Sure. We go up to the garage and open the garage door. We enter the garage, I take off my suit, jacket, and my shirt, and get started on fixing the tire. All throughout fixing the tire, the air was charged. When I was done fixing the tire, I looked up at my wife, and as I looked into her eyes, I could see banked heat there. We looked at each other for a few more seconds. I could feel her eyes looking everywhere. She moved her chair as close to me as she could, and she was level with my chest. She leaned over slightly and started to kiss my chest, first my heart, then down my pecs. After my pecs, she kissed up my forehead and the sides of my face. She kissed my neck. Every kiss was so sweet. She alternated between hard and soft kisses, alternated between scraping her teeth along me and then using her tongue to soothe where she scraped. My body was on fire. She leaned closer and whispered in my ear, "Stand up," and as she whispered in my ear, she played with my lobe using her tongue. I thought I was already hard, but that sent me over the edge. I stood up like she commanded, and then she said, "Take off your pants. Sit down in that chair in the middle of the room." She pointed to a chair in the middle of the room, which I didn't see before, but I could see clearly now. I walked over to it and sat down in it. I was hard as a rock by this point. "Take off your underwear," she said with a smile. I took them off. My manhood was hard as anything, harder than a rock. I felt like I was going to explode. Then my wife, like the dream, stroked me. Then if that wasn't enough, then I was nice and erect, she started to lick me. She alternated between licking and stroking. She took her time putting my manhood into her mouth, starting with the tip and putting more and more and more in, until she couldn't fit anymore. What she couldn't fit in her mouth, she stroked. Then at the perfect moment, she took my manhood out of her mouth, and then a few seconds later, after I calmed down, she put it in again. She did this about 3-4 times. laving and licking and sucking and driving me absolutely insane. I tried as much as I could to hold back. She took my manhood out of her mouth. Don't hold back, baby. Let it go. But Mitch, don't hold back. I came with a roar in her mouth. She swallowed me down. The real thing felt better than the dream. After my heart was back to normal, I saw the car in the corner. Her sister's old Porsche. It wasn't as red or as new as 4 years ago, but it still was her sister's. I guess I was so focused on what was happening that I didn't see it before, but now I saw it. Get up, she said. I got up. She took her seatbelt off. Lift me up. I lifted her out of the chair. You know what to do. She saw me looking at the car. I placed her on top of the hood and put my body on top of hers so she wouldn't fall off. I made quick work of her top and bra, kissing everywhere I could, licking and sucking. She tasted like heaven. So sweet. I didn't know how my wife was so beautiful, and I felt so blessed that I was her husband. This smart, beautiful woman was mine, and I would keep her forever. When I kissed to her stomach, she said, I don't mean to break character, but you can stop because my underwear isn't sexy, and I know you're not prepared for that, so we can stop right here, just at least for now, she said with fear on her face. I didn't know why she wanted us to stop here, but I always stop when a woman says stop. So I put her back in her chair, although we didn't put our clothes back on. We went into the house. I sat on the bed, and she came next to me in her chair. Why did you want me to stop? I asked her. Well, there's something I need to tell you, and I don't know how you'll react to it. What is it that you need to tell me? Well, because of my disability, I kind of wear adult diapers. She looked at me embarrassed. I know in all the romance novels and other relationships, women wear sexy underwear. They do all this kind of sexy stuff in movies and TV and novels, and I can't do all of that stuff, and I'm kind of insecure. Guys never really liked me in school, and so I never had to worry about it before. But with you, now that we're married, I thought I should at least tell you. Don't worry, we don't have to have sex if that turns you off or, you don't want to touch me down there. We can just stick with the top or whatever. I grabbed her hand. Honey, look at me. I love you. You're my wife. I don't care what you wear. There's nothing to get used to. It's our life. When we got married, your life and my life became yours. Also, when I married you, I married everything that came along with you. Regardless of what your parents told you, you are a beautiful, wonderful, smart woman. If I have to deal with adult diapers, it's something that I have to deal with. It's not a big deal for me. So, would you like to see what kind of underwear I wear? Honey, I've seen what kind of underwear you wear. So what's the difference? Would you not want to have sex with me if I wore different underwear? If I wore, let's say, skeleton underwear? She laughed. No, they would just end up on the floor. Anyway, exactly, your adult diapers just end up in the garbage. It's not what kind of underwear you wear that I want. It's what covers it is what I want. So don't worry about it. She started to cry. You know, Mitch, you're something really special. I love you so much. I love you, all of you. I love every single part of you, especially the part that your underwear covers. This is what I hate about romance novels. Everything is so perfect, and everyone is so perfect. You and I know that real life is messy. Real life, you may have to change your wife's diapers. Real life means you may have to change your wife's catheter and deal with the mess of life. That's what life is, and I wish folks would portray that more, rather than this perfect couple, perfect marriage, perfect sex life, and hardly any problems. That's not life. I agree, I said, and I'm here to go through life with you, the good, the bad, the ugly, and nothing about your life turns me off or frightens me. Would there be something I would have to get used to? Yes. Would there be things I have to learn about your disability to be your husband more fully? Yes, but I'm willing to learn them. And there are going to be things that you have to learn about me to be my wife. You're going to have to learn to put up with things. Just like I'm going to have to learn to do things or put up with things with you. But that's love. That's life. Love is not perfect. Love is messy, and I'm not perfect, and you're not going to be perfect. But are we willing to work with, or are we willing to work out those imperfections and stick with each other through this? I'm willing. Are you? Yes, I am. I love you too. And now, can we please finish what we started? I laid Marin down right on the bed and kissed her lips. After what she just told me about her underwear, I knew she was feeling embarrassed, and I knew I had to make her feel better. After kissing her lips, I kissed her eyes, nose, ears. I spent time on her ears because I knew that's where she liked to be kissed. Then I kissed her chin, and then after her chin, I went down the other side of her face to her other ear and spent time licking and sucking there. After licking her ear, I went down her face to her shoulder and her arm, went down her arm with my lips to her fingers and kissed each and every beautiful finger. After her fingers, I kissed across her stomach. After her stomach, I kissed down one leg and down the other. She moaned in protest because I forgot I didn't kiss her two most important parts. I'm coming back to that, honey. Don't worry, we've got time. I kissed back up her leg right to her first breast. I spent time on that side kissing and licking. When I got down to the nipples, I sucked hard. When I sucked hard, she moaned. Then when she moaned, I kissed across her chest to the other breast and did the same thing. She moaned again. When she was close to an orgasm, I stopped. Oh, Mitch, she moaned. Baby, we've got time. Let me enjoy you. Torture me is more like it. That's what you're doing. I laughed deviously. I was torturing her, and we both knew it. Without warning, I kissed her and left the bed. Mitch, where are you going? She called as I got up and headed to the bathroom. I'll be right back, baby girl. Don't worry. I filled a basin with warm water because something told me if she was soiled and wet, she wouldn't want me down in her womanhood, although she would get soiled and wet again. But I knew with Marin, she was embarrassed. I wanted to make her feel as comfortable as possible. But this wasn't going to be a wash like her ladies gave her. Oh, no. This was going to be as enjoyable for me as it would be for her. I filled the basin with water and came back out of the bathroom. I set the water down and kissed her on her lips. I slowly took the cloth that I got with the basin and started washing her face and her hands. But instead of just washing her, I kissed everywhere I washed. So when I would wash a place, I would kiss it. So the trail I took with my lips was the same trail I was taking now with the cloth. When the cloth would wipe somewhere, I would kiss that place. So I wiped her eyes, then I kissed them. I wiped her cute nose, and then I kissed it. I wiped her mouth, and then I kissed it. I wiped her neck, and then I kissed it. And every place I kissed and wiped, Marin started to squirm. I knew she was enjoying this as much as I was. When I got down to her stomach, I put the cloth across her stomach, then kissed her across it. She looked like she couldn't take it anymore, like she was going to burst. When I got down to her womanhood, I took off her pants. Every bit of skin that I touched with the cloth, I kissed as well. Although previously I kissed these parts with her clothes on, now I kissed them with her clothes off. I kissed one leg and then the other leg. Then when her pants were off, I kissed up her leg again and undid one tabs of her underwear and went to the other side and undid the other tab. While kissing her legs, I turned her over and removed the underwear from her backside. When I removed it, I threw it in the garbage. She laughed. Maybe you should have been a basketball player instead of a football player. Maybe I smiled. While I had her on her side, I kissed her back all the way up and her neck and the back of her shoulders. Then I ran kisses down the other side of her back and shoulders and neck. Marin had a beautiful body, and I was going to enjoy it all. Baby girl, I said, massaging her shoulders. The next time you get mad at me, or when you have a big fight, and you tell me to kiss your ass, I will say, I already did that. What are you talking about? She said. I dipped my head down and kissed the tight globes of her ass. I'd already wiped there while she and I were talking, and so now it was just pleasure. After I kissed the globes of her ass, I rolled her over. I slowly rinsed her womanhood using soap and water. After I washed her, I got ready to taste her. Before I could do anything else, she grabbed my hands and said, Now it's my turn. Stand up, I tried to protest, but she just beckoned me with her finger, get in the bed with her. When I got under the covers, she said, Lie back, baby. I did as instructed. She kissed me on my lips, on my face, on my shoulders, every part of my chest, every part of me. Her kisses were like a soft claiming. They said, This man is mine, every part of me. Every time she kissed me, I could barely breathe. When she couldn't reach somewhere, she lovingly asked me to scoot down and scoot up. She was determined to give me as good of a time as she had. This was not only going to be, in Marin's eyes, a time where she's the only one getting pleasure, but my wife was going to make sure that I had as good of a time as she did. Although she had to give me some direction on where she wanted me, she knew what she was doing. We talked about this previously, and Marin told me that although she is a virgin, she spent years reading romance novels and dreaming of the time where a man would take her to bed. This was her moment, and she knew it. When she got down between my legs, my manhood was all ready for her. I got ready to lift her up inside of me. No, 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 she said. At that time, my manhood was close to her mouth. As she stroked me, unbelievably, it got harder and harder to the point of pain. I can't take it anymore, I said. Finally, she put her mouth on me. When she put her mouth on me, it was like nothing I'd ever felt before. I'd had sex before with Mara and other girls in school, but nothing was like Marin giving me oral sex. Because the difference was, it was a coupling. It was a claiming to say, this man is mine forever. I'd been with women, but I've never been claimed by one. Marin claimed me with her tongue, with her touch, with her love, with everything that we'd been through, with her parents' accident, and my father getting arrested, and whatever challenges we'd not yet faced. It was a physical manifestation of what was going on emotionally and spiritually, a manifestation which said, I'm claiming you, you're mine. I was hers gladly, she was mine. Making love to Marin was beautiful. It made us both feel closer, wanted, and loved. I could tell that she felt the same as I did. By the way she was licking me and touching me, and the way she had touched me beforehand, no part of me had been unkissed or untouched. First emotionally with her words, now physically with her body. Just as I wanted to make sure that she knew that every part of me was hers. When I could feel myself starting to release my seed, she came out of my mouth. I said, I need you now. I need you to take me now, she answered. I lifted her over me and plunged into her with one thrust. Then again, with another and another and another, until we exploded together. There was nothing between us. No time. We were joined forever,